What's up, everybody? This is Adam Powell. Let's go ahead and start with overall philosophy on hand fighting, okay? Hand fighting allows you to get to the tie-ups that you desire in order to get to the takedowns you desire, okay? So the way I want you to start thinking about hand fighting is this deep, deep ocean, and you can get lost in these deep pockets of that ocean. But what we want to do is we want to start developing a system that you can use to hand fight, to get to the tie-ups that you like, to then get to the takedowns that you've trained and drilled, okay? So don't think of this as I'm gonna teach you a million different hand fighting techniques, a million different tie-ups. We're gonna work on just a few. You're gonna find the one that resonates with your style, your temperament, your strengths, and you're gonna learn how to use your hand fighting to get into that position each and every time, okay? So now instead of thinking, I'm wrestling, what do I do? How do I get to a good hand fighting position? You have one goal and one goal only. Hand fight to get to a tie-up that I like. And then from there, in other courses, and maybe you have some wrestling experience, you'll know how to get the takedown once you get to that familiar place, that familiar tie-up, whether it's an underhook, whether it's a 2-on-1, where it's a collar tie, okay? So the hand fighting is just to get you to that intermediary destination to where then you're comfortable to go for your takedowns, okay? Let's jump into it. Okay guys, we're gonna start with posture, okay? We're gonna start there because that is the foundation of grip fighting, all right? I'm not gonna be grip fighting standing up tall, right? My balance is gonna be off, go ahead and push me, right? This is not good. I wanna make sure that I have lateral stability and forward and backward stability, okay? So I like getting in what's called a sugar foot stance. One foot is just ever so slightly above or in front of the back foot. I like getting most of my weight on the balls of my feet. The heels are still touching the mat. I'm not like this, but the majority of my weight is in the balls of my feet so that I can work that lateral and that forward and back motion. Okay? Elbows are gonna stay in tight. Once we start reaching, especially at a beginner level, that's when he can start getting to wrist grips, that's when he can start getting to underhooks, that's when he can start getting to arm drags, etc. So we're gonna keep these T-Rex arms. My back is gonna be straight, right? I don't wanna be hunched over. This is when we can get snapped down. This is when our balance can get off. So our weight is set into our hips. Our elbows are tight, and we're looking up. Okay, we're not looking down, because that's where we're going to be that's where we're going to go with the snap down. Okay, so elbows tight, weight in the balls of the feet, and now I've got my laterals, I've got my forward and back. Okay, as a rule of thumb, from a defensive perspective, we want to guard our lead leg that's closer to him with our lead hand, so we can bring that one down just a little bit. Okay, fingers up. This wouldn't do so much for you. We want to be able to catch underhooks and that kind of thing. Okay, so we can prod with this one, reach with this one, and then just keep this one nice and tight, ready to defend. Okay, let's get from your angle. Posture. There you guys have it. Real simple breakdown of posture. Okay, our next segment is on pushing and pulling, okay? We need to get our opponent moving in order to effectively hand fight, all right? We do not want to engage this guy when he's in his perfect posture. When he's in his perfect posture, he's ready to defend, he's ready to put his weight into the mat and move, okay? When his posture is broken, let's say just bend this way a little bit easier, it's so much easier to push him, perfect. If he's bent over, it's so much easier to snap him down. When we have our ankles, it's so much easier to attack. So first and foremost, we need to get this guy moving. And the first way that we're gonna talk about doing that is pushing and pulling, okay? So we're gonna get deeper into tie-ups, but we're trying to keep throings simple as we work through this instructional. The thing I like to do is actually build through these instructionals with the skills that you've already been taught. Okay, so pushing and pulling can literally be as simple as pushing shoulders, pulling heads, pulling, pushing, pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling, etc. Don't overthink that just yet. We're gonna work into some more complicated pushes and pulls, but it really is that simple. Start getting this guy moving. If I push and pull, his stance might narrow, he might give me an angle, so I'm just trying to get him back. I'm trying to push and pull, all right? A lot of times with the head, I'm pushing sideways, right? I'm pushing, I'm pulling, I'm getting him moving, getting his posture broken. That's the first step to getting hand fighting going, okay? Don't overthink it. Just for some kind of more specifics, I like pushing at the shoulder here, boom. That's a good one. If I can reach up and pull the head, that's a good one. And then 2-on-1 pulls. All right, so again, pushing, pulling, pulling, pushing, etc. And we really want to be violent with these pushes and pulls. We don't want to be so violent that we're getting ourselves off balance, but it's active. And that's something that's jiu-jitsu guys have a hard time translating or transferring over. The pace of wrestling is just intrinsically different than the pace of jiu-jitsu. In wrestling, we're really pushing, pulling, pushing. Illustrating the point well, right? We're trying to get this guy off balance, okay? And heavy hand fighting. The heavier you are with your collar ties and your pushing your pulls, the more you're gonna wear him out and get him off balance. All right, let's move on to the next section. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. Help us out, and also check us out on Patreon.